Welcome back, and this is going to be our fourth installment of the six song roundup. So the first song that I've got for you lovely people today is the brand new track by Enterprise Earth, Where Dreams Are Broken. Dan, the lead singer's vocals on this sound a lot different actually at the start. Like, it sounds like he's almost changed his technique somewhat. A very different feel and like style, but it's still very good. There's still his signature sounds as well in it. But the chorus is what's interesting the most. It starts off with almost like a belted clean vocal, which I don't think, if I remember correctly, Enterprise Earth have experimented much with cleans. I think I have missed one album from them, but I'm not sure. And I feel like this song really blurs the lines between deathcore and metalcore almost. There's an awesome solo in the song as well, and some absolutely clean drum work, which honestly, if this is what the new album is sounding like, I'm excited to see where this era of Enterprise Earth goes. Definitely a solid 9 out of 10 track. Possibly my favourite of them all that I've done for this one. The next one is the brand new Signs of the Swarm single, Death Whistle. It has some really solid instrumentation and instrument work throughout the track. And that just literally doesn't change. Like the guitars, the drums, everything is just on point. But with that being said, the vocalist is kind of hard to understand what he's saying at times. Like, it's a really muddy vocal. It still sounds good, don't get me wrong. Like, you don't have to be legible 24/7, but it's very muddy, very closed, not closed mouth, but like, it sounds like when he's doing his vocal, his mouth isn't being contorted properly, if that makes sense. So like, it's just like really murky, like, just to sound crazy. But again, it's not bad, it is good. They, again, also some unexpected soft clean singing on this one, from I believe one of the other members that's like playing guitar or something, which caught me off guard because I've listened to some other Signs of the Swarm stuff, and again, I don't remember hearing any clean vocals, like. But it does end off with a brutal, very distorted guttural by the lead singer, who's just like holding that bitch on, and it's just crazy. If I had to give this one a rating, which I'm going to do for these six, and I might start doing this now. I'm just going to tweak the layout of this series a bit. I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. Moving on. This is possibly my least favourite track on the episode. Limp Bizkit's new song, Dad Vibes. Like, what is this? Honestly, it's good to know they're not taking themselves seriously. I'll give you that. Like, it's definitely interesting. Like, that's all I can say. And the la-di-das, like, I just don't know what to expect from them next, if they're going to drop more new music, honestly. Like, I love stuff like Rollin', fucking My Way, Nookie, all that shit, like. But this one, Dad Vibes, not giving off good vibes. This is going to be my lowest ever rating for anything I've done so far, 4 out of 10. Next up, we have Bring Me the Horizon and their new single, Die For You. Now, coming off of the Post-Human Survival Horror album / EP, I can't remember which it was, I wasn't sure what to expect next from them because, as we know with Bring Me the Horizon, not every album sounds the same. Each album has a different feel and sound to it. And I honestly wasn't sure what to expect going into this. I was kind of hoping for a similar style sound, but obviously, like I said, we know they're not going to stick to that. Even with this possibly being on the next installment of the Post-Human thing, because from what I've heard and seen online, this Post-Human survival thing is supposed to be a series of albums or songs or like EPs. So I don't know. But yeah, anyway, this song, it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. It feels like it switches the genres mid-song. It goes like, it changes from like a poppy vibe to a kind of pop punk vibe, like almost something you'd hear on fucking MGK's new shit. Like, then it goes from that to like a radio rock vibe, and then it kind of throws in some soft screams and random like heavier vocal lines like from Ollie. It's very confusing like what they're going for with this track. The lyrics are a little bit repetitive. The chorus of, I'd lie for you, know that I'd die for you, and all that stuff, like, it does get repeated quite a lot. But, it's a solid track. Like, it's not too pop, but it's not too far away from a heavier sound, like, because it kind of like back and forths all the time. Like, it never sticks to one sound with this particular song. So I would give this probably a 6 out of 10. Because like I say, 1 is shit, 10 is good. I'd give it like a 6. So it's like in the kind of in the middle. It's not perfect, it's not bad, but it's like, it's just worth leaning on being like in the higher tiers of good. Moving on to the last 2 tracks, we have got the new Ginger song, Wallflower. Now, if you don't know Ginger, they are a Ukrainian band, I believe. Their lead singer, Tatiana, is known for her angelic, clean singing voice and her fucking demonic gutturals, which she can just switch between effortlessly. If you haven't listened to them, look up either I Speak Astronomy, or there's a different song where it's like a live one take. You'll know the one because loads of reaction channels have fucking reacted to it. If I remember, I'll put a link to that one in the comments or some shit. But yeah, anyway. With this song, it starts off softly with, again, Tatiana's beautiful, like, clean singing. And it carries on like that for most of the song. And you're like, okay, are we going to get a full clean song? Like, interesting, like, But then everything picks up and it doesn't go heavy just yet, but the like instrumentation gets louder and heavier, and Tatiana's clean vocals get a little louder and start being pushed out a bit more, and you can feel it like swelling up towards the end, like towards this big finale. And that is exactly what they do. They give you a big fucking finale. Towards the end, we get treated to some of her signature screams, and I do like the choice of leaving the like heavier stuff towards the end, because it really wraps up the song nicely, and it showcases that the band don't have to rely on her heavy sound to make a good song. They can go, okay, we're going to do a full, like predominantly full clean song and just throw a few lines of heavy stuff in at the end, and it works. Really enjoyed it. I would give it a 9 out of 10. Now, our last track. Pes. Well done, you fucking idiot. We're going to leave that in. Press F to pay respect, because this is Attack Attack's fourth new single, Press F. So since their return, they've released 4 tracks. All My Life, which I was not a fan of. Brachiara Bombshell, I believe that's how you pronounce it, which is interesting. Fade With Me, which was like some EDM shit. I don't know what the fuck they were going for. It confused me. And then this one. And what they did with Press F is they've showcased their much heavier side of life. Yeah, so it's heavier than the other 3 tracks they've put out. The vocals are really solid. There's some really cool drum work. The guitars are very solid, very good, very nice, very evil. Shout out to Danhausen. It's definitely a return to form, I would say. 100% better than the other 3 tracks. Like, if I had to rate them, I would put it Press F, Brachiara Bombshell, probably Fade With Me, and then All My Life. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with like an album or an EP or something like that, like, because these 4 singles have really been a mixed bag, and it's hard to tell what style they're going for. Like, are they going to be electro? Are they going to be crabcore like they used to be? Are they going to be just metalcore? Are they going to be fucking metalcore electro pop? Like, what are you going for? Please enlighten us a bit further. Like, we're going to need a few more, like, markings on the board to tell us. Like, I don't know. I'd give this one a probably same as Die For You by Bring Me The Horizon, a solid 6 out of 10. Again, it is good. You know what, I'll change that. I'll give it a 6. No, I'll give it a 7. Yeah, I was going to say 6.5 now. I'll give it a 7 because it is the better of the 4 singles. Like, we'll go with that. So yeah, with that being said, that is the 6 songs completed. And if you want to check any of them out, as always, I will put a playlist in the description with all 6 songs in order. And if you want to know my favourites, Enterprise Earth, Where Dreams Are Broken, and Ginger, Wallflower. Then I'd say Signs of the Swarm. They are my 3 out of 6 that I would recommend you definitely check out. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you probably on Friday, if not Saturday, with the new Ice Nine Kills Silver Scream Part 2. Welcome to Horrorwood Review.